that will complete the second saga of the MCU, which is, of course, the Multiverse Saga.
Welcome back to Screen Crush, I'm Ryan Airy. The biggest announcement from Comic-Con is that we're getting the Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars, both in 2025. These two Avengers movies will be the culmination of the Multiverse Saga. This is Kang's multiverse, and we just live in it.
But someone is coming. Countless different versions of a very dangerous person, and they're all set on war. We need to prepare.
So now we finally know the direction the MCU is heading. I mean, at least officially. A lot of us figured out that all of this was leading towards Secret Wars like years ago. I guess having that confirmation just gives us this nice feeling that everything's gonna be all right.
Oh, tight, yeah!
Okay, so Kang is the big bad of this saga. But here's the thing. The Kang Dynasty, as the name suggests, is a huge Kang story, but it's not really a story about the multiverse. Secret Wars is all about incursions in the multiverse, which were touched on in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. But Kang didn't actually have a large role in the comic book Secret Wars. So we have to wonder how Kang Dynasty leads into Secret Wars, and how much of these comic stories Marvel will change. So now we have to put on our own Kevin Feige hat and do some heavy theorizing to figure it all out.
Each variant fighting to preserve their universe and annihilate the others.
Alright, before we get into all the theories, and we have a lot of ideas, let's first go over both stories from the comics. The Kang Dynasty is a crossover event from 2001. This is one of Kang's biggest stories because he actually won. Kang doesn't just want to rule because he's evil, it's because he's trying to save Earth. He saw where every timeline leads, and they all lead to a dark future. This part will totally be adapted into the MCU, but with a multiverse twist. And Kang killed millions of people to prove that he's not messing around. He held a gun to the whole world. Unless they all surrender, he will kill even more people. And the Avengers were forced to surrender and let Kang win. Obviously, in the end, the Avengers beat Kang and saved the world. Still, Kang won, and something similar will surely happen in Avengers Kang Dynasty.
Maybe it was your time to lose. Lose? I don't lose! I win! I win!
But there's nothing about the multiverse in this story. That means the MCU's Kang Dynasty is going to be very different. Now, Secret Wars, on the other hand, is all about the multiverse. Well, at least the 2015 version of Secret Wars. There are two versions in the comics. The first Secret Wars happened in 1984. A group of heroes and villains from Earth were teleported to Battleworld. This was a world created by a cosmic being called the Beyonder. He was fascinated by the potential of superheroes on Earth, so he created his own cosmic Squid Game.
Oh, you gotta be shitting me.
Secret Wars is one of the most beloved events in Marvel Comics, and that's the story the Russo brothers kept saying they wanted to direct.
The one series that, we adored growing up was Secret Wars.
In 2015, Marvel did another Secret Wars story, but this time it was about the multiverse. Incursions were the big threat to the multiverse. They caused universes to collide and reality to collapse. Right before everything ended, Doctor Doom took the power of the Beyonders. These are the godlike beings who are responsible for incursions. With this godly power, Doom created Battleworld, a patchwork world composed of the remnants of different universes. Doom made himself God, ruling Battleworld as God Emperor Doom. Now, in the end, the heroes from different universes came together against Doom and they restarted the multiverse. Since Avengers Secret Wars will conclude the multiverse saga, it's a no-brainer that the movie will draw its inspiration from 2015 Secret Wars. But I'm sure you noticed, Kang doesn't actually play a big role in Secret Wars, meaning that Marvel will likely pass on Doctor Doom and give his role to Kang, which is very disappointing for anyone who's a doctor. Hold on a second. Hold on, I have something for this.
5 minutes later.
One moment. Sorry. This will be worth it. This will be worth it.
A few moments later.
Helicopters are loud.
1 eternity later.
Which is very disappointing for anyone who's a Doctor Doom fan. Hands down, you're the best villain in comics. But it makes sense for the MCU to focus on Kang, since he's the biggest bad of the multiverse saga. Still, we have an idea of how Doom will still have a crucial role in Secret Wars that we'll get into a little later in the video. I hope you're excited because this is going to be fun. Alright, so let's explore how the multiverse war starts and why it will collapse.
This is where the fun begins.
It all starts with the show Loki. He Who Remains, a variant of Kang, gave us a clear preview to what we can expect from the multiverse conflict. Countless variants of Kang the Conqueror will start a multiversal war that will end all of reality.
If you think I'm evil, just wait till you meet my variants.
In the past, He Who Remains stopped this war by eliminating all his variants and creating the sacred timeline. Now, Sylvie killed He Who Remains. That's why the timelines branched off into the multiverse.
He Who Remains is gone, and that allowed a spell to go wrong in Spider-Man No Way Home, which leads to the entire multiverse going quite mad.
Now, Kang and his variants will start a war. So based on the ending of Loki, Kang now rules the TVA. Well, we can assume it's Kang because it might actually be a variant of Kang. That's the thing about this character. There are countless versions of him across the multiverse.
The best thing about being me, there's so many me.
And Marvel confirmed that Jonathan Majors will play multiple variants of Kang. You have to wonder what Kang we're going to get in Quantumania. Will it be the Kang or a variant? The Comic-Con trailer of Quantumania teases that Ant-Man meets Kang in the quantum realm. Now, we have a theory video coming up on why that's huge and how the third Ant-Man movie might be one of the most important movies in this multiverse saga. Be sure you subscribe so you don't miss that video. Anyways, thanks to Multiverse of Madness, we know exactly how the Kang variants will end whole universes, and that's incursions. The way Earth 838's Mr. Fantastic explains it.
An incursion occurs when the boundary between two universes erodes and they collide, destroying one or both entirely.
Meaning that when a person travels to another universe, their mere presence begins to destabilize that reality. The longer they stay and the larger impact they have, the higher chance to create an incursion. Incursions are also caused by dreamwalking, which disobeys the laws of the multiverse. And incursions are how universes end.
And that would lead to the destruction of the timeline and the collapse of reality as we know it.
The way He Who Remains explained it, he and his variants discovered the multiverse and began interacting with each other. They created a type of Council of Kangs, or I guess we can call it the Multiversal Dynasty of Kangs. All of their travel in the multiverse began to stabilize in reality and triggering incursions. Every time there's an incursion, one or two universes collide and destroy each other. That will force the Kang variants to go to war with each other. This is because of the rules of incursions in the comics, the same rules that will likely apply in the MCU. When an incursion is triggered, two Earths from separate universes begin to collide with each other. Once the Earths are destroyed, their respective universes are also annihilated. But here's the catch. If one of the colliding Earths is destroyed, then the other Earth survives. Same goes for both universes. Kang and his variants will have no choice but to destroy each other's Earths. It's the only way to save their own universes. This is an ironic twist because it means that Kang is a sort of hero, from a certain point of view. Remember, He Who Remains saved reality from ending by creating the sacred timeline. Sure, he pruned countless timelines and ruled like a tyrant, but this saved everyone in the sacred timeline. I mean, that's better than the alternative, right?
You may hate the dictator, but something far worse is going to fill that void if you depose him.
The story can get even better if the main Kang variant originates from Earth 616, meaning that's the Kang who will be the true villain of this saga. So Kang is trying to save the Avengers universe. And it's not a repeat of Thanos. The Mad Titan simply believed that his way would save the universe. He was convinced that he's the tragic hero of his own story.
I'm the only one who knows that. At least I'm the only one with the will to act on it.
But in Kang's case, there is no alternative. He must destroy any Earth that triggers an incursion with 616. This is the only way to save the universe from annihilation. And this is why Kang is the perfect villain for the multiverse saga. Not only are the stakes higher than ever, but this also creates a powerful conflict between Kang and the Avengers.
I will do whatever it takes to ensure the survival of my timeline.
The Avengers will try to stop Kang because of their heroic morals. But when you look at things from a very cold and logical point of view, Kang is right. In fact, we could see some of the Avengers siding with Kang because they will understand that he's their only hope to save the universe.
In the grand calculus of the multiverse, their sacrifice means infinitely more than their lives.
Isn't that how gods talk?
Oh, grow up!
Something like this happened in the comics, where the Illuminati realized that to save their own universe, they had to destroy others. And that's why this multiverse conflict is so good. It's more than just cameos and variants. There is such a powerful story here. It's a race against time to save reality. Heroes will have to make terrible choices and sacrifices. So with the multiversal war, this means that we will see the variants of the Avengers. So this is a great way to bring back the other Spider-Men, Tobey and Andrew. We just need to see them come back, even if it means they'll be wiped from existence. This is also how we can see all of Fox's X-Men appear. And, what the hell, even the Fantastic Four. Both of them, why not?
You miss me.
And of course, we can see the return of Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans as variants of Iron Man and Captain America. But I don't want the Kang Dynasty or Secret Wars to become the cameo show. Yeah, of course I want to see all those actors return, but Marvel needs to focus on the main Avengers team, a team that will assemble in Kang Dynasty. But remember, just because we're going to see these variants return, that doesn't mean that they will team up in Kang Dynasty. Every universe is at stake. We all hope that the next time we see Toby and Andrew, they will team up with Tom again. Now they might have to fight each other, even kill each other. That's just heartbreaking.
No. Please. Please don't say that.
Alright, so I see Kang Dynasty ending with Kang winning, and that sort of makes this predictable. But that's what everybody expects after Infinity War. But we have an idea on how Marvel can make this a little less predictable. Kang will win, but lose at the same time.
What?
Meaning that, like in the comics, the multiverse will collapse. The Avengers will be too busy battling Kang, his variants, and their own variants. Time will just run out, and the Avengers won't be able to save the multiverse, let alone their own universe. This will be the cliffhanger ending for the Kang Dynasty.
No. Really? They're gonna leave us on a cliffhanger?
And this will lead to Secret Wars, where Kang creates Battleworld. That's a pocket universe that's composed from Earth 616 and some other universes. So now Kang rules this remnant of reality, and the endgame will be about the Avengers assembling to stop him, and eventually restarting the multiverse. And now there's the matter of how Kang would even create Battleworld. Dr. Doom used the power of the Beyonders in the comics. There's also this whole thing with the Molecule Man, who connects to the Beyonders, and he's basically the source for incursions and how the multiverse is eventually saved. But I'm not going to go into that too much in this video. We're going to have a much deeper analysis of Secret Wars in a future vid. Anyways, Kang might take the power of the Beyonders, or perhaps it will be the Celestials. Or maybe it's the Living Tribunal, who's been teased a few times. He is the judge of the multiverse, so that makes sense. Or maybe it's Wanda, her chaos magic might be the key. Or it could be Love. She was brought to life by Eternity, so maybe she has the cosmic energy to create Battleworld. All of this is possible, and it just means that we'll be doing a lot of Secret Wars videos until 2015. But what we do need to talk about in this video is the massive twist that we might get at the end of the Kang Dynasty, which will lead us into Secret Wars. The Kang Dynasty in the comics was about Kang creating a dynasty with his son, the Scarlet Centurion. Now, I highly doubt that the Scarlet Centurion will be in Avengers 5 and 6. That role could go to Iron Lad. He is a younger version of Kang. Kang always tries to shape his younger self to be just like him. So this could be the Dynasty part. We'll talk more about Iron Lad in our Young Avengers video that's going to be coming up soon. There's also Mr. Fantastic.
And the smartest man alive, Reed Richards of the Fantastic Four.
Kang's real name in the comics is Nathaniel Richards, making him a descendant of Reed Richards. We are getting a Fantastic Four movie in Phase 6. Fantastic Four will for sure play a big role in the multiverse saga. I totally see Kang appearing in Fantastic Four, where he will try to recruit Reed and create a dynasty that will save and rule the universe.
Join me, and together we can rule the galaxy as father and son.
But Kang has another ancestor, and that's Dr. Doom. Yes, Nathaniel Richards is also a descendant of Victor Von Doom. Much of Kang's persona was inspired by the ruler of Latveria, and I really hope Doom will have some role in the multiverse saga. So here's how it could happen. Dr. Doom will pull the strings behind the scenes throughout the saga. I can totally see him being the one who creates the war between Wakanda and Atlantis. At some point, Doom is going to learn about incursions and work to stop them and save his universe. That's how Kang will meet Doom. They will work together, and Kang will see it as his dynasty.
You son of a bitch.
But Doom answers to no one. He will betray his descendant in the Kang Dynasty, and he will be the one who creates Battleworld. So, like in the comics, we'll get God Emperor Doom. Now this might mean that Secret Wars will be a type of redemption story for Kang. He will join forces with his other ancestor, Reed, and with the Avengers they will stop Doom and figure out a way to start a new multiverse. And who knows, Secret Wars might end with Kang becoming the new He Who Remains and starting a new sacred timeline. And of course, we cannot forget the X-Men.
Like a mutation.
I'm certain that an X-Men movie is going to be announced at D23, so the X-Men will play a big role in the multiverse saga. All of this means the big battle in Secret Wars will be 1,000,000 times bigger than Endgame. We'll get something like the portal scene, but this time it's heroes from Earth 616 teaming up with all their variants. This will be epic. All the Spider-Men swinging into battle. We'll see countless Captain Americas throwing their shields.
I could do this all day.
Yeah, I know.
A bunch of hammers from different Thor variants. This will be insane! So the multiverse saga will culminate with the creation of a new universe, where now a bunch of variants live in the same reality. And this is what we can expect from the Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. So what do you think is going to happen in Avengers 5 and 6? What will be the third MCU saga? Let us know in the comments below, or feel free to @ me on Twitter. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe and smash that bell for alerts. For Screen Crush, I'm Ryan Airy.